I'm on rest for life, nigga. This a blood oath. Hey, yo, Madara. Here go a clash for you, my nigga. 140 for the rebel. The world turned its back on me. I'm a cripple. We got soldiers, he got soldiers, but I got different ones. Ain't no way out, I tell you once. Don't pray for nothing, sin and curse. We can't forgive what's forbidden. Remain in them trenches. Trust in the Lord, but please forgive me for the times that I did. If rank is given, have your respect to your apprentice. Be about your business. This loyalty's a death sentence. Look, trying to pick up with a blind field. They said there'll be many mansions. I'm just grinding for my time share. Them devils ain't playing fair. They hunt you like Van Pelt. But ain't no getting out the game like Jumanji. You take that oath, it's a Dundee. Try to deal death to a priest. You won't make it out in one piece. So you can stand. Just make sure you got the heart. Say your name 3 times, then it's death do us part. So how you feel about this truth I done shown you? This ain't the life you think, little nigga. I should want even your own people go this zone. And the Lord said they hate you for my name, so you better keep it on. Ain't no more guessing, ain't no more questions. Make sure my election till I'm tucked away like George Jetson. Murder for capital, now it's murder at the Capitol. All jokes aside, you know how niggas be like, I'm this and that for life, this and that for life. I'm on rest for life, nigga, this a blood oath. Hey, yo, Madara. Here go a clash for you, my nigga. 140 for the rebel. The world turned its back on me. I'm a cripple. We got soldiers, he got soldiers, but I got different ones. Ain't no way out, I tell you once. Don't pray for nothing, sin and curse. We can't forgive what's forbidden. Remain in them trenches. Trust in the Lord, but please forgive me for the times that I did. If rank is given, have your respect to your apprentice. Be about your business. This loyalty's a death sentence. Look, trying to pick up with a blind field. They said there'll be many mansions. I'm just grinding for my time share. Them devils ain't playing fair. They hunt you like Van Pelt. But ain't no getting out the game like Jumanji. You take that oath, it's a Dundee. Try to deal death to a priest. You won't make it out in one piece. So you can stand. Just make sure you got the heart. Say your name 3 times, then it's death do us part. So how you feel about this truth I done shown you? This ain't the life you think, little nigga. I should want even your own people go this zone. And the Lord said they hate you for my name, so you better keep it on. Ain't no more guessing, ain't no more questions. Make sure my election till I'm tucked away like George Jetson. Murder for capital, now it's murder at the Capitol. The world in amazement, we like fucking raise it. I pity those watching life as it go by. Be giving mercy in this life, I don't know why. In pump smoke, never try to. The dead at home, my brother be the dead and sold out on. Either fold or salute, my nigga. They like, how you stay focused? I told them I'm motivated cause of you, my nigga. Brotherhoods and weapons, still got weapons on the scene. And I never do my niggas like Bishop did Raheem. Never mind in all beliefs, they under anesthesia. Shorty say she need me, said she wanna let that love go. Told I let that love grow. But if I bring you to my bed, that's a blood oath. Know what it is, man. So, how you feel about this truth I done shown you? This ain't the life you think, little nigga. I should want even your own people go this zone. And the Lord said they hate you for my name, so you better keep it on. Yeah.
You understand? You done found a new breed of Hebrews that stand and walk with the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. And we don't care who we got to come up against. You ain't standing before this truth. You understand? We done took them all on and gonna continue to take them all on.
Surrounded by Edomites, lost a lot of truth to this tree of life. Open up the book just to see I'm right. Reminiscing on my ancestors, on those ships who had to plead for life. Took us to a place where ain't never safe there. poisoning our foods and put our children up in daycare. Fresh out of slavery, still thinking that they care. Guns in the community, children can't play there. Brothers still brainwashed, we died for that same cause. Took away our history, believing that we ain't lost. Brother, I'm an Israelite, sin is like kryptonite. Brothers won't pray, no, they'd rather link a chick tonight. Praises to the Most High, I ain't like most guys. Eyes on the future, but I learned from a boat ride. Tribe of Benjamin, inherited on both sides. Background Jamaican, mistreated and I know why. I'm an Israelite, die for my Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry for my Israelites. Going through it cause we're Israelites. Kwam Yashra Allah to all my Israelites. I'm an Israelite, die for my Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry for my Israelites. Going through it cause we're Israelites. Kwam Yashra Allah to all my Israelites.
Kwam Yasha Allah, sons of the power. Rise from the ghetto when Satan want us devoured. The seal of the Lord ain't found in church towers. Never dying on my knees like no coward. Wanna be an Israelite, you gon' need more than fringes. You gon' need to show you approve and get in them scriptures. Oh, I forgot to mention, traumatized from the lynching. Homicide, we the victim. Homicide ain't the ending. Kids with PTSD, suffering symptoms, never getting treatment. Something he gotta sleep with. Stockholm syndrome so long, and it ain't a secret. That's why I die for them brothers I'm facing east with. Cause I'm an Israelite. Crackers better get it right. Visions of my enemies, death flow through my dreams at night. And if your mind ain't there, then we don't dream alike. Reporting live from hell, home of Christians and Edomites.
I'm an Israelite, die for my Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry for my Israelites. Going through it cause we're Israelites. Kwam Yashra Allah to all my Israelites. I'm an Israelite, die for my Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry for my Israelites. Going through it cause we're Israelites. Kwam Yashra Allah to all my Israelites.
While they play the sidelines, comfortable on benches. Catch me on the front lines, putting work in trenches. Making sure our election, preparing for Armageddon. Mastering this profession of prophesying these lessons. Protecting our adolescents and answering all their questions. Teaching the love they reflection, no matter what the complexion. We got a common connection, a part of God's hand selection. A shot at the resurrection, through us achieving perfection. But to give life takes sacrifice. Battle demons every vice. Short days and long nights. Less sleep and more fights. More wisdom, more strife. Telling everybody that they wrong and you're right. I'm an Israelite, blood of an Israelite. I ride for my Israelites and die for my Israelites. We owe a debt cause Christ paid the price. So who ready to give their life the life of an Israelite?
I'm an Israelite, die for my Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry for my Israelites. Going through it cause we're Israelites. Kwam Yashra Allah to all my Israelites. I'm an Israelite, die for my Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry for my Israelites. Going through it cause we're Israelites. Kwam Yashra Allah to all my Israelites.
Hey, give me 1 second, y'all. Let me share these classes. Give me 1 second. Alright. Shalom Israel. This is an Israelite school. Universal practical knowledge. Like, give me one more second. Like. Alright, most sign crash, y'all. Like about that. Shalom Israel, Israelite School, UPK. Sorry, 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Like, let me get some of this real quick. You understand? Where we teach the so-called Black, Spanish, and Native Indians are the true biblical Jews according to the Bible and archaeology. Priest Officer Maradagya, holding down the Brotherhood class and Spirit of the Most High. You understand? It's Tuesday night Brotherhood class. Of course, we all understand and know that brotherhood and sisterhood go hand in hand. You need both of them to survive, especially in this place that we're living in now called America, called Babylon the Great. You understand? And of course, these so-called black leaders has failed Black, Spanish, and Native Indians, man. You understand? We all understand that. We all see that all throughout the day, man. All throughout social media, all throughout mainstream media, all throughout our household, all throughout the Christian church, all throughout that Muslim mosque. You understand? And what we're gonna go into some tonight is called, of course, what it takes to become a righteous leader, or of course you have to have some type of sacrifices when becoming a leader, man. You understand? And of course, like I said before, we all understand that the black leadership, when it comes to Black, Spanish, and Native Indians, that they have failed us. You understand? They have failed us to a point where we have nowhere to look, man. You understand? We have no hope, you understand, when it comes to these disgusting black leaders, man. You understand? And I'm gonna ask the chat, you understand, for the ones that are in, you understand, the class, you understand, what does it take to become a leader? You understand? And you can think about, you understand, when you were young, you understand, when you're coming up, not necessarily within this truth, you understand, what did you think it was to become a leader or a role model, or someone to look up to? You understand? What does it take to become a leader? You understand? What does it truly take to become a leader, man? You understand? I'm gonna give you some time, like for brothers and sisters to type in their answer. You understand? Big ups to all the brothers and sisters that's tuning in online. Of course, if you do, you understand, make sure that you share, like the stream. You understand? Make sure that you're sharing it on all your social media platforms. You understand? Not only this class, you understand, but all classes. You understand? Because you have no idea, or no idea of knowing, you understand, who's all on your friend list that actually may be within a near city that we do have here within the ISUPK when it comes to these classes, man. So it's very, very important, very, very imperative that you share these classes, you understand, wherever you may be. You understand, whether you're at your slave, you understand, you get like a little 10-minute break. You understand, go ahead and share as many classes as you can, man. Like I said, necessarily doesn't have to be this class. It can be, whether it's from New York, Houston, California, Oklahoma, Atlanta, you know what I'm saying, wherever the case may be, Tennessee, wherever the case may be, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you have no idea of, who's looking at your page and who's not within the area of South Carolina, man. You understand? And the brothers and sisters, they may want to get in tune as far as with this truth, man. You understand? I was chatting it up with a sister on social media today And she said, that she's been looking for some truth and looking for some guidance. And I asked her, of course, what was her location, and she gave me the location, and bam, I showed her all the the information of the camp leader of the online classes, and she was just so thankful that somebody actually replied to her. She said she tried other fake Israelite groups, and people will pretty much was just trying to talk to the sister as try to get on with the sister. You know what I'm saying? But of course, here within UPK, we are trained, when it comes to brothers and sisters, to not just be, lustful and, just going after that sister, we going after, what the Most High has fit and set forward, man. You understand? We not here, of course, this is not the Christian church, so of course, we don't make sure that we don't, be all lustful and, have these crazy sexual deviances or, whatever the case may be. You understand? We are here to wake up our people, man. You understand? So let me see, let me check online here real quick here to see if anybody was able to chime in pertaining to this topic and pertaining to the question here. All right, we got Ashaya Ali said, take orders, listen, observe, make wise decisions, show honor to the man that taught you. You understand? And that is a UPK answer, man. And him, of course, Ashaya, he has been around for some time. You understand? So of course he understands that. You understand? So of course that is like that is true. You know what I'm saying? One of the main things that a lot of people don't realize when it comes to, to in the process of becoming a leader is that person has to be willing to get checked, man. You know what I'm saying? You have to be willing to be checked, you know what I'm saying, to become a leader, man. You know what I'm saying? Of course, this goes for, male or female. You know what I'm saying? Of course, here within the school, of course, females, they can't have, rank and order, you know what I'm saying? But they can still be over as far as, whether it's, different type of programs, you know what I'm saying, that we may be having, or, she may be able to gain some type of knowledge to actually be a leader, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to her job. You understand? So, and this goes for both ends, you know what I'm saying, brothers and sisters, man. You know what I'm saying? So let's just not just try to, just pinpoint it to just the brothers, you know what I'm saying, the sisters, you know what I'm saying, they need, like leadership skills as well, too. Not necessarily when it comes to, of course, giving out orders within the school, you know what I'm saying, but she may be a manager over a restaurant, you know what I'm saying, manager over, customer service, you know what I'm saying, executive person over a five-firm company, Fortune 500 company, you know what I'm saying, you just never know, you know what I'm saying, so of course, once again, you know what I'm saying, you have to be able to make sure that you can actually be able to get checked, you know what I'm saying, and be able to take orders, you know what I'm saying, and be able to be that kind brother and that kind sister, man. You know what I'm saying? Nothing wrong with being, nothing wrong with, showing, you know what I'm saying, showing honor and showing dignity to the men that are raising you up to become better than them, man. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that at all, man. And let me see what else here. Shah said, yeah, observe, you know what I'm saying? Of course, you know what I'm saying, that we have to be very, very observant. Why? Because, of course, within the Christian church, you know what I'm saying, you have so many mistakes, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to the leadership roles, you understand? You have so many mistakes when it comes to these leadership roles. Whether it's the Muslim mosque or, a Kemet or the, Egyptologist or the Scientology, you know what I'm saying, the atheist, whatever the case may be, man. You know what I'm saying? You have to be able to observe their mistakes so you don't make the same mistakes that they are making. You understand? And let's see, what else did he say? He said, make wise decisions. Of course, you understand, of course, by learning from the men above you, of course, you're going to make that wise decision, man. And let me see, what else did he say here? Yeah, he said, show honor to the man that taught you, of course. You know what I'm saying? Just like I said earlier, man. You understand? Not necessarily, like as far as being boastful or, anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Just, just call up, just call and check up on your Anwan every now and then, man. You know what I'm saying? I do it all the time. You know what I'm saying? To the man that raised me, you know You understand? Take them out. You understand? Whatever the case may be. You understand, man? Because I'm, very, very thankful for them. You understand? Because if it wasn't for them, it wouldn't be no Mardakia, man. You understand? It wouldn't be, the men that are under me. You understand? Whether it's within the South Carolina school or just all throughout Israel, man. You understand? So we have to show reference to and honor to the people that actually raised us, man. You understand? Let's go to the first scripture we're gonna go to is one moment here. First scripture we're gonna go to is 1 Corinthians chapter 14. You understand? And I'm gonna pose a question to the officers that are in the school, that are in the class. So that question is, how are you a prophet? That question to all the officers, the ones that are already in a leadership role, because we already know once you become an officer of 50, you are in a leadership role. You are over the young men and the troopers, you understand? So you have some type of leadership roles, you understand? But my question is, how are you a prophet? How are you a prophet? And I say 1 Corinthians 14. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, 1 Corinthians 14. Let me get there. How are you a prophet? That's the question. How are you a prophet? How are you a prophet, man? That's the question. For the brothers and sisters tuning in, we're going to give it a couple more moments. If not, I'm going to give it to you for time's sake. How are you a prophet? How are you a prophet? All right. No sweat, you understand? We're going to go ahead and get into it. So let's go to the book of 1 Corinthians. 1 second here. 14 and 34. No sweat. One moment here while I get it pulled up here. So this is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 14. Wait a minute. 14 and verse 32. So this is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 32. And the spirits of the prophets are subject to the prophets, man. Once again, and the spirits of the prophets are subject to the prophets, man. Meaning, man, of course, man, if you're already within this truth, you know what I'm saying, and you're already rocking and rolling, you know what I'm saying, and you come to class, and you teach in class, and you going to camp, and you know what I'm saying, you waking up our people, man. You are a true prophet, man. Why? Because you are believing in these scriptures, man, that our forefathers taught and our forefathers believed in, man. You know what I'm saying? That's how you know that you are a prophet, man. You know what I'm saying? You are always, you know what I'm saying? You've always been that man of the Most High, man. You know what I'm saying? You've always been a man of the Most High, man. You know what I'm saying? And there's no sweat, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people think, you know what I'm saying, oh, you know, like you have to be, you know, a certain rank or a certain, you know, stature to become a priest and prophet, man. No, man. No, man, not at all, man. It says, and the spirits of the prophets are subject to the prophet. So like subject to the prophets, man. And the spirits of the prophets are subject to the prophets, man. You know what I'm saying? And once again, man, like I said, man, everyone think that you have to be a certain stature or a certain rank or a certain man to become that prophet, man. No, man, not at all, man. And everyone within this truth, you understand, brothers? You know what I'm saying? They are not built to become a camp leader, man. And there's nothing wrong with that, man. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever, man. You know what I'm saying? If you are still doing the work, you know what I'm saying, you are still that priest and prophet, man. Why? Because someone has to do what? Someone has to do that groundwork, man. You know what I'm saying? Someone has to clean the toilets in the school, man. Someone has to pass out flyers. Someone has to make the flyers. You understand? Someone has to post on social media, man. You understand? Someone has to post on YouTube. Someone has to build the camp equipment. You understand? Someone has to contact the sisters, man. You understand? Not everyone is built to be a camp leader. There's nothing wrong with that at all, man. Of course, you understand? If you have aspirations and that's something that you want to do, of course, contact a camp leader and he will be able to give you everything that you will need to become that camp leader, man. But in the meantime, of course, you understand? Do that groundwork, man. Get your hands dirty, man. You understand? Then you understand you may be seen worthy as becoming a camp leader, man, or becoming over a zone, or whatever the case may be, man. But in this time period, man, you understand? Young man trooper, you understand? Get your groundwork in, man. You understand? Do the dirty work, man. Get your hands dirty, man, within this truth, man. And we're not talking about anything disgusting or anything of that nature, man. Just do the work, man. You said be that kind on one kind brother, man. Be that kind on one kind sister for the sisters, man. You know what I'm saying? Now, one priest or prophet here within the school, man, we're not going to give you an order that's something that we have not done or we have seen other men do, man. You understand? So we're not going to have you doing anything ridiculous or, anything that we have not done, man. Let's go to Hebrews 13. Yeah, so we're going to go to the book of Hebrews chapter 13, man. Hebrews chapter 13 and verse 16. Hebrews 13 and 16. Of course, like always, if you have any questions, type them in and we'll be able to get to those accordingly. Let me say Hebrews 13 is 13. Well, I say verse 16. Come on. This is the book of Hebrews chapter 13 and verse 16. But to do good and to communicate, forget not. Once again, but to do good and to communicate and forget not, man. You have to be able to converse and to communicate, man, when it comes within this truth, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why we have, of course, brothers and sisters checking in, man, once a week. You know what I'm saying? Calling a camp leader. You know what I'm saying? Let them know that everything's to WAP. Let them know if you're gonna be available for camp or not. You know what I'm saying? Sisters, let us know if you're gonna be available for Sabbath service or not, or if you're able to come down for a class or not. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be, man. You know what I'm saying? You have to be able to converse, man. You understand? If you think that you want to become a leader, I mean, you understand? Like, I haven't heard no silent leader, man. You know what I'm saying? And even if that person is silent, you know what I'm saying, they have a mouthpiece. You know what I'm saying? Just like Moses and Aaron, man. You know what I'm saying? Moses was the Aaron's Ottawa. You know what I'm saying? But Aaron was also the mouthpiece for Moses, man. You understand? So of course, you understand, you can be a silent leader, you know what I'm saying? But of course, once again, man, someone has to actually speak and speak the words that that you receive from the Most High, man. You understand? So once again, man, this is the book of Hebrews chapter 13 and verse 16. Let me keep reading it. It says, but to do good and to communicate, forget not. You know what I'm saying? For with such sacrifices, God is well pleased, man. You know what I'm saying? You have to be able to make this sacrifice, man. You know what I'm saying? You have to be able to make sacrifices when it comes to this truth, man. You know what I'm saying? You have to be what? You have to be able to So I even want to say you have to be very reliable. You have to be very dependable, and you have to be predictable, man. When it comes within this truth, man. You know what I'm saying? You can best believe, you know what I'm saying, if an officer, you know what I'm saying, wants you to be able to come to camp, you know what I'm saying, wants you to be able to build the signs, wants you to be able to get waters for the brothers, you know what I'm saying? That's a at camp, and you do it over and over and over again. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, you know what I'm saying? The camp leader's gonna be like, okay, man, this person definitely reliable, he's definitely dependable, and he's predictable. You know what I'm saying? It's to the point where, you know, no one has to ask you to do something. You just automatically do it, man. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with that, man. Be very, very predictable, man. You know what I'm saying? Be very, very dependable, man. Why, man? Because your nation needs you, man. The nation of Israel needs you, man. Blacks, Spanish, and Native Indians, man. So-called Blacks, Spanish, and Native Indians, they need you, man. And more and most importantly, I think, you know what I'm saying, you have to be reliable, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't say that you can, I gotta let you know what I'm saying, if I'm able, to make it to camp on on that morning. You know what I'm saying? Something may come up, whatever the case may be. Of course, and we all understand that emergencies happen, but emergency after emergency after emergency every single Saturday, I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one, sis. You understand? And to be very, very reliable, man. You understand? Because we are truly all we got, man. When it comes to Black, Spanish, and Native Indians, we are truly all we got, man. You understand? You understand? And of course, it's like, if a man above you or your camp leader, you know what I'm saying, gives you a call or gives you a call and you're not able to pick up, man, just do something that's very, very courteously, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, send them a text message, you know what I'm saying? Say, Shalom, sir, you know what I'm saying? Give them a salute, y'all, Bashem Shabbat, you know what I'm saying? Shalom on Christ. If it's something real quick, you know what I'm saying? Say, Shalom, sir, you know what I'm saying? I'm kind of tied up right now, you know what I'm saying? I can give you a call back. Or if we can converse through text, that'll be too wild. You know, so just so he won't know that you just leaving him out and dry, man. You understand? Just so he won't know that, oh, man, I called his brother 2-3 times, you know what I'm saying? He hasn't got back with me, you know what I'm saying? What's going on? Man, let the brother know, man. You know what I'm saying? Let the camp leader know. You know what I'm saying? Let the men above you know, you know what I'm saying, that you are truly honoring them by giving them a phone call. You know what I'm saying? It's not no manly praise or anything in that nature. This is the nature of brotherhood, man. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you know what I'm saying, just think about it. You know what I'm saying? Every time you call the camp leader or a man above you, don't they, pick up the phone call? You know what I'm saying? Or don't they give you a call right back? Or don't they hit you with a text like, hey, listen, I'll give you a call back. Or, like you give me a call back at such and such time. It should be the same way around, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people come within this truth and just think that everything's going to be handed out to them. Or, people are supposed to praise them off top, man. It has never worked that way, man. You know what I'm saying? And it never will work that way, man. You know what I'm saying? You have to be able to make those sacrifices, man, once again, man. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be a very, very hard burden, man. You know what I'm saying? You don't think that it was a hard burden, you know what I'm saying, for brothers and sisters to come within this school, man? You know what I'm saying? They have to make some sacrifices, man. You know what I'm saying? They have to, sacrifice their family members, man. You know what I'm saying? Sacrifice their wives, you know what I'm saying? Sacrifice their husband, you know what I'm saying? And in some cases, sacrifice their kids, you know what I'm saying? As far as, trying to spend time with them, man. You know what I'm saying? But it all boils down to, man, are you truly and willingly want to become a leader, man? That's what it all boils down to, man. Do you truly want to become a leader, man? Of course, it's going to be hard. You know what I'm saying? No one says that coming within the truth is going to be easy, man. You know what I'm saying? You have to have that mental fortitude to be able to withstand your past, man. You know what I'm saying? You have to be able to just say, hey, listen, man, my past is my past, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm literally marching forward, man. You know what I'm saying? To become that leader, man. You know what I'm saying? Your mental fortitude has to be literally on, you know what I'm saying? On, like, man, listen, man. Whatever happened in the past, it happened in the past, man. You know what I'm saying? Just like the scripture says, man, when you come within the truth, paraphrasing, you are that new creature, man. All those old things, man, they are past, man. All those old things, they are going away, man. Of course, you know what I'm saying? You understand, like how the saying is, you live and you learn. Of course, man. You learn from those mistakes, you know what I'm saying, that you made in the past, so you won't do what? So you won't make them again, of course. You understand? So that's what you have to do, man. Like, verse 17. Let me read that again. It says, but to do good and to communicate, forget not, for with such sacrifices God is well pleased. Verse 17, it says, obey them that have the rule over you. You know what I'm saying? That's what the brother Asha was just saying, man. You know, so you have to obey and honor those men that are above you, man, that are over you, man. You understand? You have to literally, you know what I'm saying, give reverence to those people that are over you, man. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people, of course, you know what I'm saying, want up power. You know what I'm saying? But one of them things that they don't do is they don't listen, man. You say everybody wants that power. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wants that power ring. Everybody wants to have authority over somebody. Everybody wants to have authority over their woman. You know what I'm saying? But 9 out of 10 times, they're not even listening to their wives, man. 9 out of 10 times, they're not even listening to their husbands, man. 9 out of 10 times, they're not even listening to their employees, man, whatever the case may be, man. It says, obey them that rule over you, man. You know what I'm saying? And this is just so, you know, I hear a lot of fake Israelite groups use it, man. You know what I'm saying? They say, oh, you know, especially those purple cats, man. You know what I'm saying? What was that saying? To the hell with Trayvon Martin, man? You know what I'm saying? And they use this scripture right here. If they say, oh, well, if he would have just obeyed, you know, Mike Zimmerman, he would have, you know, he wouldn't have been killed, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what they say, man. If Trayvon Martin would have, quote unquote, listened to Mike Zimmerman, he wouldn't have been killed, man. But let's keep reading, man. It says, for they watch for your souls, man, as they that must give account, that they might not do with it joy and not with grief, for this is unprofitable for you. It says, for they watch for your souls, man. Let me ask you a question, man. Was Mike Zimmerman looking over Trayvon Martin, man, as far as trying to protect him? You understand? So once again, man, of course, when it comes to, you know what I'm saying, these fake Israelite groups and them coming up with scriptures and using bits and pieces of, scriptures, you know what I'm saying, they have it all wrong, man. They have it all wrong, man. They say, oh, well, he should obey, what the scripture says? It says, obey them that have rule over you and submit yourselves. No, man. It says, for they watch for your souls, man. And once again, man, when it comes to police brutality, man, you know what I'm saying? Well, oh, you know, everybody say, oh, well, you know, comply, you know what I'm saying, do this. And of course, when we do comply, what happens? We still get shot, man. So are they truly looking after our souls? You know what I'm saying? Are they truly looking after us? No, man. They are here to hunt us down, man. Black, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we are that target, man. Day in and day out, man. So once again, man, no, man. You know what I'm saying? To all these fake Israelite groups that say, oh, you know, Trayvon Martin, he should have just listened to Zimmerman, and, you know, he probably would have been alive, or he would have been alive if he would have listened to, Zimmerman, who ruled over him. But once again, man, they don't read the whole scriptures, and they don't read the context of the scriptures, man. It says, for they watch for your souls, man. And once again, man, was Mike Zimmerman, was, you know, the killer of Philando Castile, Sandra Bland, Walter Scott. Were those killers, were they looking over their souls? You understand? No, they wasn't, man. They was looking out to hunt them and kill them and target them. You know what I'm saying? Leaving a child fatherless, man. Leaving a child motherless, man. Leaving a woman fatherless to raise, you know, 3-4 kids now by herself, man. That's what they were doing, man. One moment here. You understand? Once again, man. It says, obey them that rule over you, man. Obey them that rule over you, man. You know what I'm saying? Because those days, man, you know what I'm saying, when you didn't feel like coming to class, or, you know, you didn't feel like checking in, or, you know, you didn't feel like contacting your camp leader, or you didn't feel like calling a brother back, or, you know, you didn't feel like being a father, or you didn't feel like being like a husband or a wife. Well, what happens, man? you break down, man. And what happens? You get tired and you come up with excuses, and you come up with all of these, 1,000 excuses and 1,000 words to explain why you couldn't do what you were supposed to do when it comes within this truth. When it comes with when it comes within this truth, as far as keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments. When it comes to being that good wife. When it comes to being that good husband. Even when it comes to being that good child, man. You understand? We come up with all of these excuses, man. You understand? You're not going to feel like coming to camp or to class sometimes, man. But of course, man, you have to ask yourself, man, do you want to become a leader? Do you think a leader is going to, skip out on camp? You think a leader is going to skip out on class? You understand? I bet you what, man. You understand? You won't miss that day at your slavery. You understand? But you're going to make sure that you miss, class or miss camp or, miss being a father. You understand? Those are the things that you are going to miss, man. You understand? But you said that you want to be a quote-unquote leader, man. All right. No sweat. One moment here. One moment. One moment here. Let me go back to where we at here. All right. Let's see here. All right, let's go ahead and go to the book of Romans, chapter 11. Book of Romans, chapter 11. Book of Romans. What I say? Book of Romans. No. Yeah, chapter 11. Should lock you. First chapter. No. Yeah, Romans. Should like Romans. Let me use some of this stuff right here. Yeah, Romans 13. Romans 13 and chapter 11. One moment here. Let me make sure. Let me mute some of these. Some of these chats here, so I don't get mixed up here. All right. One moment here. Okay. Let me get this one too. All right, Most High in Christ. So the book of Romans chapter 13 and verse 11. And in that knowing the time, you understand? Knowing the time that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, man. Now is the time to wake out of what? It says wake out of sleep, man. It's time to awake, man. You know what I'm saying? Of course, man, the COVID-19 is still on a rise. You understand? We are still living within Matthew 24, you understand, within those prophecies, man, of what's happening, the pestilence and, poverty and, famine. You understand? It's COVID-19, you understand, from what I'm hearing, you understand, it's mutated to something else, man. You understand? So now, of course, you understand, with, when it comes to all of these, when it comes to all of these, these doctors trying to come up with, these vaccines and these cures and whatnot. Of course, now you understand, like they have to come up with something else, man. You understand? Now they have to, of course, you understand, come up with with another vaccination, man. You understand? Now they have to come up with, of course, what happened to the people that already took the vaccination, man. You understand? So of course now, you understand, a new strain of the COVID, it hit over there in the UK, man. You understand? So of course, man, this thing is going to continue to come, man. Continue to continue to get stronger, man. And of course, here with the UPK, man. Of course, man, if your doctor says take that vaccination, man, you know what I'm saying? Of course, take that vaccination, but of course, don't be, don't be, dumb, and don't be silly when it comes to, taking these vaccinations, and thinking that you're going to be all big and bad. You know what I'm saying? You got high blood pressure, you got gout, and then you end up taking the taking the vaccination, and then something else wrongs, man. You know what I'm saying? Take that wise counsel, man. You know what I'm saying? Call your camp leader. You know what I'm saying? Call, you know what I'm saying? The men above you. You know what I'm saying? Call your doctor. You know what I'm saying? Call your family nurse, man. Whatever the case may be, man. And if they say that it's to why for you to take that vaccination, man, take it, man. You know what I'm saying? But for a lot of Black Spanish and Native Indians, you know what I'm saying? Due to our poor dietary, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to Israel as a whole, man, you know what I'm saying, it may not be wise to take that vaccination, man. You know what I'm saying? And of course, you know what I'm saying, I'm no doctor, whatever the case may be, man. But I will say consult with your doctor, man. You know what I'm saying? Consult with your family nurse, man. You understand? Get counsel on that situation, man. You understand? Because you may be taking something that may harm you, or you may be taking something that actually may benefit you, man. You understand? It's either going to be one or two, man. You know what I'm saying? So consult with your doctors, you know what I'm saying? Get counsel, whatever the case may be, man. You know what I'm saying? We already know, man, you know what I'm saying, that this COVID is just literally, man, taking everyone's lives, man. You know what I'm saying? Within a heartbeat, you know what I'm saying? Within seconds, man. You know what I'm saying? Then, of course, another reason why it's time to awake is because what, man? You know what I'm saying? Look what's happening within the quote unquote, within the White House, man. You know what I'm saying? You have Joe Biden in there, man, that's legalizing all of these homosexual acts, man. Legalizing that, it's okay to be a pedophile, it's okay to be a transgender. It's okay to be, a part of this LGBTQ plus community, man. It's okay to do all of these quote unquote great things. You know what I'm saying? But what's the Most High saying, man? Is the Most High with the LGBT community? Absolutely not, man. You know what I'm saying? The LGBT community is within the Bible, man. You know what I'm saying? Look what happened to Sodom and Gomorrah, man. You know what I'm saying? A whole city was destroyed, man, all due to homosexuality acts, man, and all these sexual deviance in places, man. So the Most High, he can't be with that, man. You know what I'm saying? And his law, statutes, and commandments on that as well, too, man, when it comes to that, man. You understand? We can go more and more about that, discussing Joe Biden, man. But for time's sake, you know what I'm saying, we're going to keep on reading, man. It says, in that knowing the time, that now is the time of high, time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than we believe, man. Listen, man, the time is near, man. The time is near, you know what I'm saying? The time is here, man, for Black Spanish and Native Indians, man, to arise, man, and awake, man, out of that sleep, man. You know what I'm saying? Out of that, being rocked by the Christian church, man, being rocked by your Christian pastors, man. You know what I'm saying? You're getting rocked straight to sleep, man. You know what I'm saying? With that good old sweet melody of those, of those old Negro spirituals and all those old Negro, Christian church songs, you being rocked straight to sleep, man, when it comes to that, man. But of course, here within this truth, man, we're telling you, man, that it's time to awake, man. It's time to arise of what America has done to you for over 400 years, man. That's what we're saying, man. And to love the hell out of your people, man. And to do the hell with America, man. That's what we're saying, man. And there's nothing wrong with loving your people, man. They love their people, don't they? Of course they do. You understand? Look at Joe Biden, man. He's loving his people. But what has he done for Black Spanish and Native Indians, man? And to take it back, what did Barack Obama do for Black Spanish and Native Indians, man? Since, everybody's so, caught off on, Barack Obama and Joe Biden team. You understand? What did Barack Obama do for Black Spanish and Native Indians, man? The same thing that Joe Biden's going to do for Black Spanish and Native Indians, man. Nothing. Because they are not our people, man. And why should they look over us, man? They're going to care for their people, man. They're going to care for their laws. You understand why? Because the scripture says what? That they are confederate against thee, man. You know what I'm saying? And they want to make sure that the name of Israel is in no more remembrance, man. I'm paraphrasing, man. They want to cut us off, man, from being that nation, man. That's what they want to do, man. That's what they're going to continue to do, man. Where we at here? It says the night is far spent. The day is at hand. It says the day is at hand, man. The day is at hand, man. You understand? The day is at hand, man. The day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness. Cast out the works of the darkness, man. What is that darkness, man? Christianity, Islam, Kemet, man. LGBT community, man. Homosexuality, lesbianism, man. Transgender, the LGBTQ plus. Whatever the plus is, man, good night. Someone tell me that. You understand? Plus may be, you know what I'm saying, that it's okay to be a pedophile, man. Who knows, man? You understand? Let me keep reading this here. It says, let us put on the armor of light, man. It says, let us put on the armor of light, man. And of course, man, that armor of light is these laws, statutes, and commandments, man. That's how we're going to wake up our people, man. You know what I'm saying? You see brothers and sisters, you know what I'm saying, looking out, you know what I'm saying, looking for us to, mess up or, have a hookup or, not do something right. And, oh, man, the person was in the wrong place at the wrong time. And, oh, he shouldn't have been over there. She should have done that. Like she just did that all wrong. That's what they're looking for, man. But as long as you keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments, man, that's going to be your armor of light, man. You understand? That's going to be truly your armor of light, man. Oh, let's stay within the book of Romans. Got a lot of scriptures here I'm trying to get to, and then I also want to try to get to an article and also some audio as well, too. Hopefully I'll be able to get to all that. You know what I'm saying? Lord allow. Let's see, Romans 3. This is a book of Romans chapter 3 and verse 1. It says, what advantage then have the Jews? You understand? This is a question, man. It says, what advantage then have the Jews? You know what I'm saying? What advantage do we have here within this truth, man? You know what I'm saying? What advantage do we truly have? You know what I'm saying? Or what profited if they're of circumcision? You know what I'm saying? What do we truly have, man? You know what I'm saying? What's the benefit or what's the advantage of being a Jew? You know what I'm saying? What's the advantage of being a Hebrew Israelite, man? What's that advantage, man? You know what I'm saying? What is that truly advantage, man? You know what I'm saying? I mean, literally, man. Just think about, matter of fact, let me just read from top. It says, "What advantage then hath the Jew, or what profit is thereof of the circumcision?" Man. Verse 2. It says, "Much every way, chiefly because that unto them were committed the oracles of God." You understand? Think about it, man. Once again, it says, "What advantage then hath the Jew, or what profit is their circumcision?" It says, "Much every way, chiefly." You know what I'm saying? Much every way, man. Haven't we tried everything, man? You know what I'm saying? Haven't we tried Christianity? Haven't brothers and sisters tried these fake Israelite groups? You know what I'm saying? Haven't they tried everything from, A to Z? You know what I'm saying? And found out that the Lord was not with them? Or that, that they found themselves in, more garbage and, more turmoil than they were before dealing with these fake Israelite groups, man. You know what I'm saying? You have fake Israelite groups, man, that just welcome homosexuality, man. You have fake Israelite groups that just open our oppressor, man. You have fake Israelite groups that just open these other heathens, man. And where are they now, man? Quote unquote, still quote unquote thriving within, all lives matter, man. That's what they're doing. Or, everyone can be a Christian, or everyone can be a spiritual Israelite, man. Where is that leading them, man? Where is that truly leading them, man? You understand? But then once again, man, they come out and they try this ISUPK, man. You understand? And they never turn their back on them, man. You understand? Once again, man, what advantage do we have by being a Jew, man? Of course, man, being a part of this nation, man, being a part of the ISUPK and the Command General, man, knowing that the Lord is with this place, man, knowing that the Lord is with us, man. Why? Because of course we are doing it everything that He tells us to do, man. When it comes to these scriptures, man, when it comes to the laws of brotherhood, when it comes to the laws of sisterhood, man, we are following them, man. Why? Because we give a damn about our people, man, and we truly care about our people, man. But on contrary, what, like all these other, folly Israelite camps and groups, and saying that it's okay to join hand in hand, and it's okay to rape small girls and small childs and small boys, and be with our oppressor and be with all these heathens. That's what they say it's okay, man. You understand? That's what they do, man. But of course, much every way, this is the benefit, man. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that you blessed and highly favored, man. You know what I'm saying? Like the Christian church say, oh, I'm blessed and highly favored, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what they look at it as. Oh, oh man, you blessed and highly favored, Lord be with you, brother. You know what I'm saying? Oh, praise God. You know what I'm saying? Oh, praise to the Most High and all that blah, 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 hoo-la, man. No, man. You know what I'm saying? You have the oracles of God, man. Meaning that you have this, man. Meaning that's what we have that everyone else doesn't have, man. Everyone else doesn't have this truth, man. They just straight up and down, they do not have this truth, man. You understand? We are truly fighting for that rulership, man. You understand? What was Martin Luther King fighting for, man? He was fighting, all right. He was fighting to join America, man. What is Black Lives Matter? It's like Black Lives Matter fighting for, man. They are fighting to join the LGBT community in America, man. That's what they're fighting for, man. They want to join with our oppressor, man. They want to join with these heathens, man. They want to join with these sexual deviants, man. That's what they want to join, man. You understand? But, taking it all the way back to slavery, man, you know what I'm saying? Nat Turner, man, he was fighting to be freed, man. You understand? Here in the ISUPK, man, we are fighting to be free, man. You understand? We are fighting for that rulership, man. You understand? The oracles of God, man. Why? Because those oracles of God is literally given to us, man. Given to the brothers and sisters here within this truth, man. Why? Because once again, man, we have it and they don't, man. ISUPK versus everybody, man. You know what I'm saying? This truth over everybody, man. This leadership over everybody, man. You understand? Because we made those sacrifices, man. You know what I'm saying? We literally blood, sweat, cried out, you know what I'm saying? Years upon years, days upon days, weeks upon weeks, months upon months, whatever the case may be. You understand? That's what we did, man. You understand? And that's what, that's what we have, of course, that they don't have, man. You know what I'm saying? And we don't, and we know for sure, man, that the pastor doesn't know what he's talking about, man. We know that these fake Israelite groups don't know what they're talking about. You know what I'm saying? We already know that, man. You know what I'm saying? It's become evident, man. It's become, literally, man. Literally, good night, man. It's literally right in front of our faces, man, that these Christian churches, that they have no idea what they're talking about, man. You know what I'm saying? You got, lesbians marrying lesbians, and, women marrying women, and men marrying men. But what is that? Where is that in the Bible, man? You understand? You got, Bishop, Bishop sleeping with little kids, and, you got, actors, laying hands on pastors, all these abominable things, man. And these are the people that Blacksmiths and Native Indians look up to, man. As what? As leaders, man. This is what they look up to them as, man. As straight up and down leaders, man. You understand? And the word, you understand? That's what they look up to, man. That's what they truly look up to for them as leaders, man. Let me read that verse. Read verse 2 again. It says much every way, chiefly because that unto them were committed the oracles of God, man. You understand? Of course, the word oracle means medium, man. Between you and the Most High, man. You're supposed to speak the words of the Most High, man, and live these words of the Most High, man. That's what you're supposed to do as a black spanker or a native Indian, man. That's what we're supposed to be doing, man. Let's go ahead and drop that for time's sake. Let's go ahead and go to 1 Peter chapter 4. 1 Peter chapter 4. One moment here. We're going to go to verse 11. Verse 11. Yes. Verse 11. So 1 Peter chapter 4 and verse 11. This is the book of 1 Peter chapter 4 and verse 11. It says, if any man speak, let him speak of the oracles of God. Did we not just talk about the oracles of God? Once again, 1 Peter chapter 4 and verse 1, it says, if any man speak, black spanking native Indian, let him speak of the oracles of God, man. Is this what's happening within the Christian church right now? Are they speaking of the oracles of God? You understand? Are they speaking that, that we have our own dietary law? Are they speaking that we have our own high holy days? Are they speaking that it's not okay to sleep with another man's wife? You understand? No, they're not, man. They're going against that, man. They are saying that it's okay to eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. They're okay. They are saying that it's okay to celebrate these heathenistic holidays when it comes to Christmas. You understand? When it comes to Halloween. You understand? When it comes to Easter, whatever the case may be. They are saying that it's okay, man. That's what they are saying, man. If any man speak, let him speak as the oracles of God. If any man minister, let him do it as of the ability which God giveth, man. Once again, man, the ability that God giveth, man. That is just so non-existent here within the Christian church, man. You understand? You got all these bishop love offerings and all these offerings for the for the choir, for the church, and you got all these different type of offerings, you understand? And and we all understand where it's going, man. It's going straight within that Christian church, that Christian pastor's pocket, man. That's where it's going, man. It's going straight within his pocket. So what, man? He can continue to eat those bratwursts. He can he can continue to eat those pork chops, man. He can continue to take these extravagant and luxury trips, man. All on the church's dime, man. You understand? All because of, he's going after his own lust, man. That's what's truly happened, man. He's going after his own lust, man. It says, if any man minister, let him do it as of the ability which God giveth, that God in all things may be glorified through Yahushua Mashiach, to whom be praise and dominion forever and ever. So be it, man. That's what it's all about, man. Following what the Most High has given you, man. Why? So we can give all literally, man, all the glory. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to what we're doing, man. We're gonna do it all for our King, man, Yahushua Mashiach, man. We're not doing it for men. You know what I'm saying? We're not doing it for a woman. We're doing it for our King, man, Yahushua Mashiach, man. That's what we're truly doing it for, man. You understand? Of course, man. Just like the scripture says, of course, man. You have to speak what you have to speak. You understand? When you are speaking, you understand? Once again, you understand? Just like it says, if any man speak, let him speak as the oracles of God, man. Once again, man. When you are speaking, you have to have no filter, and you have to have no feelings when it comes to speaking, when it comes to according to the oracles of God, man. You know what I'm saying? The Christian church, they have filter, man. You know what I'm saying? They have, oh, well, I can't say this within the Christian church, or, I have to be very, 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 very touchy around this subject. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to homosexuality, and, when it comes to, a woman being a whore or a man being a whore. You understand? They have to be very, very touchy when it comes to those topics. No, here, no, man, we're going to be straight blunt and straight to the point, man. Listen, you need to stop doing X, Y, and Z, and we're going to show you where it says in the scriptures where you shouldn't be doing. Shalom. You understand? If you choose to continue to do that, hey, man, Lord be with you, man. You know what I'm saying? But of course, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna teach it, you know what I'm saying, within a way for you to understand it. And once you do understand it, and if you choose to continue to go out and do those abominable things and, continue to chasing after America and, bending over for America for her to literally power drive you, shalom, man. Shalom. You understand? You can't be afraid to speak, man. You can't have those feelings when it comes to speaking, man. These oracles of God, man. You know what I'm saying? The words of the Most High, man. Of course, with this truth, man. When it comes to the law, statutes, and commandments, man. You know what I'm saying? And when you think about the law, statutes, and commandments, man, of course, you know what I'm saying, we say it all the time. You know what I'm saying? We say, oh, yeah, you got to follow these law, statutes, and commandments. You know what I'm saying? You got to follow law, statutes, and commandments, brother. But nobody never really asked, you know what I'm saying, what are the law, statutes, and commandments, man? You understand? That's something that, of course, you know what I'm saying, someone may challenge you with, you know what I'm saying? When you out, you know what I'm saying, not necessarily battling, or you trying to, trying to bring in more brothers and sisters, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to this truth. You say, oh, yeah, man, you got to follow these law, statutes, and commandments, man. But what are the law, statutes, and commandments, man? You understand? What are the law, statutes, and commandments, man, when it comes within this truth, man? What is it truly, man? What is it truly, man? One moment here. Let me make sure everything is too wide. Give me 1 second here. All right, 1 moment here. I'm on sign cry, just people just still checking in. So of course, you know what I'm saying, just for time's sake, I'm gonna go and give it to you. Of course, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to the law, you know what I'm saying, of course the law is between the people and the punishment, man. You know what I'm saying? Just for example, if you sleep with another, if a brother sleep with another man's wife, you know what I'm saying, what type of punishment is it, man? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes death. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, you know what I'm saying, the Most High may, take away some of your blessings, whether it's a job, you know what I'm saying, whether it's your kids, you know what I'm saying, whether it's your wife, whatever the case may be, man. You know what I'm saying? And when you look up, laws or whatnot, these are the regulations. You know what I'm saying? These are going to be within the first 5 books of the Bible, man. You know what I'm saying? So law, statutes, you know what I'm saying? What is the statutes, man? You know what I'm saying? The statutes is a clear statement of what we're supposed to be doing, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're supposed to be doing what? Keeping the Passover, keeping the Sabbath days, you know what I'm saying? Feast of Unleavened Bread, all the high holy days, man. These are the guidelines on how to do things, man. So we got the law, statutes, and now, you know what I'm saying, we got the commandments, man. You know what I'm saying? These are the do's and don'ts identified by the Most High, man. You know what I'm saying? This is stuff that we're supposed to do. This is stuff that we're not supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? The do's and don'ts of what the Most High, you know what I'm saying? According to the Most High, man. So let's go ahead and go to the book of Psalm. The book of Psalm. Book of Psalm, chapter 82. And we're going to go to verse 3. It's the book of Psalm, chapter 82. Let's say verse 3. It says, defend the poor and fatherless. It says, defend the poor and the fatherless, man. Do justice to the afflicted and needy. Verse 4, deliver the poor and needy. Rid them out of their rid them out of the hand of the wicked. Of the wicked, man. That's what we're supposed to be doing, man. Defending the poor and the fatherless, man, and getting them out of the hands of the wickedness, man. You understand? Does your quote-unquote leader, you know what I'm saying, the House of Senate, City Council, do they govern the poor? Do they look after the poor? Do they come up with, all these quote-unquote laws and, regulations for the poor and the fatherless? They don't, man. And just truly think about it, man. When it comes to the poor, you know what I'm saying, we're talking about blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. But just think about it. Have you ever seen a poor Chinese man? Have you ever seen a poor Arab man? What about a Russian man? Have you ever seen a poor African man? No, man. You understand? And of course, here living within America, of course, some people might say, "Oh, yeah, well, I see a lot of poor, so-called European man." Of course, man, you're going to see them. Why? Because of course, America, they have to use their own people, you know what I'm saying, to somewhat kind of look poor, you know what I'm saying, or so some of the people, they just have to take that, the saying, take one for the team. Some of our oppressors, they are literally taking one for the team, man. Meanwhile, of course, it's way more poor blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians when it come within these hoods of America, man. So of course, you know what I'm saying, you may see an oppressor out on the corner begging, but to that one oppressor, how many other oppressors are in rulership? You understand? How many of those other oppressors are in in these Fortune 500 companies, man? You understand? How many of those oppressors are making these legislative laws, man? Head over city council, you understand? House of Senate, man. So of course, you understand, you may see one, you understand, out of, who knows, 1 out of 50. You understand? But mainly, man, you are seeing that within blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. You understand? And when it comes to, so-called Chinese, Arab, Russian, African, you know what I'm saying, their leadership, they're going to look after them, man. So of course, they're not going to be able to, they're not going to be within the hoods of America, man. Why? Because their leadership are going to give them the guidelines that they need, man, to be able to survive when they come over here in America, man. You understand? We're going to look up, a well-known organization called the Black Lives Matter, man. And they have these 13 principles when it comes to what they are fighting for, man. You understand? They have these 13 principles of what they, believe is going to help out the quote-unquote black community, man. You understand? These are the Black Lives Matter 13 guided principles, man. One moment here. And we're going to go to them, man. Number 1 is restorative, restorative justice. We have committed to collectively, long-livingly, and courageously working vigorously for freedom and justice for black people, and by extension, all people. As we forge our path, we intentionally build our nurture and beloved community that is bonded together through a beautiful struggle that is restorative, not depleting, man. So once again, they say that they are for black people, but once again, by extension, all people, man. So this quote-unquote black group and, saying that all they care about is black people, no, man, that's a lie, man. They say that they are for black people and by extension, all people, man. Number 2 is empathy. We are committed to practicing empathy. We engage comrades with the intent to learn about and connect with their context. Shalaki. It says loving engagement. We are committed to embodying and practicing liberation and peace in our engagements with one another. So, of course, that means everyone, because we read it in number 1 that it's not only for black people, it's for all people. Diversity. We are committed to acknowledge, respecting, and celebrating differences and commonalities. Diversity. With celebrating differences. So what does that mean? You understand? Differences and commonalities, man. That means that they're going to accept everyone, man. Even the who. We're going to keep on reading. Globalism. This is number 5. We see ourselves as a part of a global black family as we are aware of the different ways we are impacted and privileged as black folk who exist in different parts of the world. Queer affirming. We are committed to fostering a queer affirming network. When we gather, we do see with the intention of freeing ourselves from the tight grip of heteronormative thinking, or rather the belief that all in the world are heterosexual unless he or she or they disclose otherwise, meaning that they are for homosexuality, man. So I'm gonna let y'all listen to this little clip, man. This little clip is of a well-known doctor. His name is, one second here. His name is Dr. Joe Court, well-known therapist, and we're gonna see what he has to say when it comes to homosexuality, man. Let's see. Let me get this volume on, man. I want everybody listening up real good when it comes to this, man.
They can. My first few videos were about straight men having gay sex, and I'm getting activity again in comments that people don't understand.
One second. Let me start that off again, man.
Do you know that straight men can have sex with men and not be gay? They can. My first few videos were...
So, once again, let me play that one more back, just in case for anybody that didn't hear it correctly.
Do you know that straight men can have sex with men and not be gay? They can.
One more time, just so everyone can hear it once again, man.
Do you know that straight men can have sex with men and not be gay? They can.
One more time.
Do you know that straight men can have sex with men and not be gay? They can. My first few videos were about straight men having gay sex, and I'm getting activity again in comments that people don't understand that straight men can be attracted to the sex act, but not to the man. Straight men having sex with men doesn't cancel somebody's heterosexuality any more than a straight woman having sex with a woman cancels her sexuality. And it's not about bi erasure either. Please don't say that. Bisexual men are attracted to both men and women to different degrees. Straight men are not attracted to men. They're attracted to the sex with men. Could some of these men be gay or bisexual? Absolutely. But that comes over time, and that's a trajectory that only they can be in touch with to figure that out, not the therapist and not anyone else. So before you leave comments, please watch my earlier videos, read my books, Google me.
Good night, man. Good night, man. So he said that a man can have sex with another man and he cannot become homosexual, man. And he cannot be looked at as a homosexual. You understand? That's what he's saying, man. That's what he said. You understand? We all know, of course, you know what I'm saying, this isn't, you know, the law class, you understand, per se. But we all understand that, of course, another man with, you know, a man sleeping with a man, you know what I'm saying, that is not okay when it comes to the Most High, man. You know what I'm saying? That's not, you know what I'm saying, like, that's not lawful, you know what I'm saying, for another man to sleep with another man, you know what I'm saying? That's abomination, you know what I'm saying? That's, you know, sexual deviance, you know what I'm saying? That's following after the Roman Catholic Church, man, and you know, the Romans with all their, you know, pedophilia and homosexuality acts, man. You know what I'm saying? He said that it's okay for another man to sleep with a man and it be perfectly fine and he's not gay. And then also vice versa, man. For a woman to sleep with a woman and she not be a lesbian, man. You know what I'm saying? Is this not happening all throughout the black community? Is this not happening through all, you know, quote unquote leadership saying that it's okay for all of this abominable, all of these abominable things to happen? Is it not happening? Listen, I gotta play this one more time, man. Just so we can have this seat within our mindset of what, you know, and this doctor, he's a therapist, man. You understand? So of course now with all the LGBTQ plus, you know, with all these rules and regulations, you know, for them to protect them, this is what we have to deal with, man. This is what we truly have to deal with now, man. Should like, give me 1 second. Let me get this volume up. This is what we have to deal with now, man.
Do you know that straight men can have sex with men and not be gay? They can. My first few videos were about straight men having gay sex, and I'm getting activity again in comments that people don't understand that straight men can be attracted to the sex act, but not to the man. Straight men having sex with men doesn't cancel somebody's heterosexuality any more than a straight woman having sex with a woman cancels her sexuality. And it's not about bi erasure either. Please don't say that. Bisexual men are attracted to both men and women to different degrees. Straight men are not attracted to men. They're attracted to the sex with men. Could some of these men be gay or bisexual? Absolutely. But that comes over time, and that's a trajectory that only they can be in touch with to figure that out. Not the therapist and not anyone else. So before you leave comments, please watch my earlier videos, read my books, Google.
Man, once again, man, he's saying that it's okay to have, for a man to have sex with multiple men and not be a homosexual. And he's saying that it's okay for a woman to have, you know, sex with multiple women and that be perfectly fine, man. You understand? That is what, you understand, our generation, and, you know, due to Barack Obama and, you know, Joe Biden, this is what we have to look forward to, man. As far as the next generation after generation, this is what they're going to believe in. And this is what they're going to what? This is what they're going to accept, which is just so horrible, which is so diabolical when it comes to what the Bible says, man. What that doctor just said was so contrary to the Bible, man. You know what I'm saying? What Black Lives Matter is saying is so contrary to the Bible, man. And we're going to continue to read it if we do have some time, man, of what else they are saying within their quote-unquote 13 principles, man, when it comes to Black Lives Matter, that started off as a quote-unquote black group, man. But of course, with all these rules and regulations, and, you know, they have to be soft and they have to, you know, do all of these great things. Now they have to back off, man. You understand? 1 second here. Let me close this out here. Let me close this out, y'all. Give me 1 second here. 1 second here, y'all. All right. Where was we at? We was on queer affirming. So number 7 is trans affirming. Trans affirming. According to Black Lives Matter, this is their, 13 principles. We are committed to embracing and making space for trans brothers and sisters. Trans brothers and sisters to participate and lead. I'm gonna read that again. We are committed to embrace and making space for trans brothers and sisters to participate and lead. You understand? What did Joe Biden say? He wants the LGBT community to be what? The face of America. Want them to be in leadership roles. What's Black Lives Matter saying? That they want transformers to be able to do what? To participate in what? And be leaders. That's exactly what he's saying. 1 second. Let me respond to this here. 1 second, y'all. Just lagging. That's what they want us to do. Let's see here. I shall say only an Edomite will claim this trash, sir. Only a homosexual will even attempt to support this trash. It's very, very true, Asha. You understand? And that doctor was a homosexual, man. Even if he's not physically a homosexual, even if he believes and accepts homosexuality, he might as well be a homosexual. Once again, we are committed to embrace and making space for trans brothers and sisters to participate and lead. We are committed to being a self-reflexive and doing the work required to dismantle cisgender privilege and uplift Black trans folk, especially Black trans women who continue to be disproportionately impacted by trans anti-agistic violence, man. It's the Black Lives Matter. You understand? Is what a lot of quote unquote Black people look after. This is what quote unquote a lot of Black people they look up to. It's what they look up to, and this is exactly what they want. They want transgenders in leadership, man. Number 8, it says collective value. We are guided by the fact all Black lives matter, regardless of actual or perceived sexual identity, gender expression, economic status, ability, disability, religious beliefs, or beliefs, immigration status, or location. Good night, man. Good night, man. So they agree with, of course, just like the number 7 was, transgenders, or sexual identity, whatever they want to become of, whatever they believe in, So of course, once again, this is not of the Most High, because of course, they, take on any type of, background, whether it's, religious background, whether it's, Christianity, Islam, Kemet, fake Israelite groups, whatever the case may be, that's what they're into, man. Number 9, it says we are committed to fostering a intergenerational and communal network free from ageism. We believe that all people, regardless of age, show up with a capacity to lead and learn. Meaning, teenagers, meaning older people, whatever the case may be. You understand? No type of leadership, but they want them to lead, man. You understand? It doesn't say anything about, you got to make sacrifices as the scripture says. It doesn't say anything about, you got to be a great listener, or you got to, honor and, honor the ones that look over you. It doesn't say anything about that. It just say, hey, if you're transgender, or, you got an ageism, or, you're a little older, you're a little younger, guess what? You can be an outstanding leader. That's what they're saying. Black families, we are committed to making our spaces family friendly, and enable parents to fully participate with their children. We are committed to dismantling the patriarchal practice that requires mothers to work double shifts, that requires them to mother in private, even as they participate in Justice Week, man. So, of course, you understand, we don't have our woman out on the front line, man. You understand, our woman here within this truth, you understand, they are to be home, man. You said they are to be at work and be at home, man. As far as being on the forefront for Black, Spanish, and Native Indians, that's not their job, man. You know what I'm saying? That's not their job, man. You know what I'm saying? And they're trying to do what? They're trying to dismantle all of this, man. as far as for a woman to, she got to work and, then she got to go home and, she's not able to come to the quote unquote meetings that they have where, they're not able to go out and march, whatever the case may be, man. That's what they're for, man. That is truly what they are for, man. You understand? That is what they are for, man. 1 second here. It says Black Villages. It says we are committed to disrupting the Western prescribed nuclear family structure requirement by supporting each other as extended families in villages that collectively care for one another and especially our children to the degree that mothers, parents, and children are comfortable, man. You know what I'm saying? And if you ever, you know what I'm saying, like, when I was first reading this, you know what I'm saying, it rarely said anything about the father, man. If it did say anything about the father, it was parents. You know what I'm saying? This of course, this organization is very, very high on women. You know what I'm saying, when it comes to, lesbian, being a lesbian and being open and, being able to, go out and fight for the cause and, fight for, your country and, fight for the LGBT community, whatever the case may be. They're very, very stronghold on these women, man. Very, very stronghold, man. Why, of course, you know what I'm saying, the leaders of the Black Lives Matter is a lesbian couple, man. You understand? So of course, why wouldn't they be so, women, strong, man? And of course, they say that they quote unquote, love black, men, but within these, I have yet to see, anything pertains, a man unless it's what, has something to do with homosexuality or has something to do with being a transgender. Nothing quote unquote positive. Of course, all of this is just straight up garbage, straight up and down. You know what I'm saying? But of course, they never key in or, key in on the black man, man. Why? Because they do not care about the black man, man. To keep it simple. Which one we're at? I'm gonna reverse. I'm gonna not verse. I'm gonna read 11 again. They got them, numbered in here. You just get so used to reading the scriptures. You say verse, but this is number 11. This is Black Villages. It says we are committed to disrupting the Western prescribed nuclear family structure requirement by supporting each other in extended families and villages that collectively care for one another, and especially our children to the degree that mothers, parents, and children are comfortable. Unapologetically black. We are unapologetically black in our position and affirming that Black Lives Matter. We need not qualify our position to love and desire freedom and justice for ourselves is a necessary prerequisite for wanting the same for others, man. So of course, now of course they trying to get into the all blackity black side, but of course, in the beginning of these numbers, they were for all people, man. So once you say that you're for all people, man, good night, man. You can forget about it. Like for me, So this number 12 once again it says we are unapologetically black in our positioning and affirming that Black Lives Matter. Of course, and what number was that? Were they talking about all? Yeah, it was actually number 1. It says, we are committed to collectively loving and courageously working vigorously for freedom and justice for black people and by extension, all people. That was the number 1. So, when you jump down here, what was that number 12? They talk about being unapologetically black and, now they want to be blackity black when in number 1, they was talking about all people. And what number 5, 6, 7, and they was talking about queers and trans and ageism and the transgenders and how they want them to lead and doing all this all this hoopla. And now it's what now? I mean, good night. I mean, now it's okay to be quote unquote blackity black, man. But number 13, black women. You understand? They got a category, by themselves for black women. It says, we are committed to building a black woman. We are committed to building a black woman, affirming space free from sexism, misogyny, and male-centeredness. Read that again. It says, we are committed to building a black woman, affirming space free from sexism, misogyny, and male-centeredness. Meaning that they don't want the man to be the head of the household. Meaning that, of course, within all black communities, you understand, primarily, the man has the last say so, you understand? But here within Black Lives Matter, they want to divert from that. You understand? They want the black women to be on top, man. Who does that sound like, man? That sounds like the Christian church to me, man. That sounds like a Kemet to me. That sounds like Egyptology to me. That sounds like all these other fake Israelite groups to me. They want the woman to be on top, man. You know what I'm saying? And not discrediting our women, of course, you understand. But, when it comes to, the proper structure, it says that the man is over the woman, man. It doesn't say nowhere in the scripture where it says the woman is over the man, or, the woman is equal to the man, whatever the case may be. It doesn't say that at all, man. So this, once again, man, this Black Lives Matter is just straight up and down is garbage, man. If I can sum it up, this is a female group. This is a female group that loves everyone, all races, all ages, and more importantly, they love the LGBT community, man. LGBTQ plus community. Still have no idea what that plus means. I think deep down inside is going to be, that plus is going to be the pedophilia. You understand? Which they're going to try to linger that in some type of way with these freaks. You understand? That's what it boils down to, man. They're just nasty, disgusting freaks, man. But now they have laws, and you can't say X, Y, and Z. You can't do that, and you can't be, you can't say this in public, or you can't do that in public. Just saying. Black woman. It says, we are committed to building a black woman affirming space free from sexism, misogyny, and male-centeredness. Nowhere it says the black man. It says black families. Nowhere does it says anything about black men. Still trying to figure that out. You understand? How can you be for, the quote-unquote black movement, and primarily black men are in the streets getting killed, and you don't have anything to uplift the black man? I'll wait, man. We'll wait, Black Lives Matter, for that answer. We're not going to get it. Why? Because you guys are cowards. To sum it up, the Black Lives Matter is a group of cowards, man, a group of women, a group of loving one another, a group of loving all nations, a group of loving America, a group of loving Joe Biden and his ways. That's what Black Lives Matter summed up to be, man. You understand? And once again, just so we can have this embedded within your mindset, I'm going to play the video again, man. Just so we can have it all within your mindset, man. 1 second here.
Do you know that straight men can have sex with men and not be gay? They can. My first few videos were about straight men having gay sex, and I'm getting activity again in comments that people don't understand that straight men can be attracted to the sex act, but not to the man. Straight men having sex with men doesn't cancel somebody's heterosexuality any more than a straight woman having sex with a woman cancels her sexuality. And it's not about bi erasure either. Please don't say that. Bisexual men are attracted to both men and women to different degrees. Straight men are not attracted to men. They're attracted to the sex with men. Could some of these men be gay or bisexual? Absolutely. But that comes over time, and that's a trajectory that only they can be in touch with to figure that out. Not the therapist and not anyone else.
Crazy.
So
I'm done with that, man. I'm done with that, man. They can be attracted to the sex, but not be a homosexual. Hey, man, this is America, man. You understand? This is America. You understand? This is truly America right here. Best believe that. This is truly America, man. Where you can be all you can be. Where you can be what you want to be. Where you can do what you want to do. Be a part of what you want to be a part of. Now, according to when it comes to these scriptures, man. Not according to when it comes to these scriptures, man. We have everything that we need, man. You understand? We have everything that we need, man. One moment here. You understand? One moment, y'all. Alright, so we're going to drop all that, and let's see here. Let's see, we're going to go to the book of Romans, chapter 10. We're going to go back to the book of Romans in chapter 10. We're going to try to get a couple more verses here, then close everything out. A few more verses, hopefully. So Romans 10. Let me get there, y'all. All right, you understand? So, of course, once again, man, of course, this class is on leadership. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, and, you know, of course, reading, you know, that article on Black Lives Matter and, you know, reading what that therapist said, you know what I'm saying? We have to, once again, we have to ask ourselves, man, where did the leadership go wrong, man? Where did the leadership go wrong for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man? Where did the leadership go wrong, man? That's something that you should ask yourself, man, when you're becoming within this truth, man, and, you know, you want to gain rank and you want to gain that power. Where did the leadership for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians go, man? Where did it go, man? And how are you going to fix it, man? You know, so this is how you'll be able to know how to fix the leadership, man. You know, so this is how you'll be able to know how to fix the leadership, man. You understand? Having that ranking structure, man. You understand? Work as well. I mean, good night, man. Like, think about it, man. Once you have that ranking order and ranking structure, you understand? Everything is going to move like a well-oiled machine, man. Everything is going to move like a clock, man, like clockwork. You understand? Everything's going to move like a pedal moving forward, man. You understand? Everything is going to move forward and not backwards, man. Why? Because we've been in the back, man. You understand? We driven past our past lives, man. You understand? And we're going to continue to keep on pedaling forward, man. So we can continue to wake up our brothers and sisters, man. Once again, ask yourself, man, where did the leadership go wrong, man? And what can you do as far as a Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian? You know what I'm saying? Young man, trooper, whatever the case may be, sister, whatever the case may be, what can you do to become a better leader than what the leadership for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians as far as over America has done, man? You understand? What can you do that's right, man? That's the whole purpose, right? That's the whole purpose, you know what I'm saying, for you to make a change. You know what I'm saying? For you to become, you know, in leadership. That's what it's all for, man. Is it not? What scripture did I say? I said Romans chapter 10. Verse 17. It's the book of Romans. It's the book of Romans chapter 10 in verse 17, it says, so then faith cometh by hearing. It says, so then faith coming by hearing. You understand? And what are we hearing? It says, in hearing by the word of God, man. Faith comes from hearing the word of God, man. You understand? If you want to be wise, be around men and women that are wise, man. You understand? If you want to have this faith in what you're believing in, be around people that are wise, man. Be around brothers that are wise and seasoned within this truth, man. Be around sisters, man, that are, saying kind to our other brothers, even though that she has a husband, man. You understand? Be around sisters, man, that's going to serve you, man. Not in a, physical, sexual way. Just going to serve you and, whatever the case may be, whether it's a drink, whether it's serving you your plate. Be around those sisters, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't be around the sisters that's, newly here within this truth and trying to figure it out and, gather those sisters up and y'all all go towards that sister, man. So won't no gossip be going here within this truth, man. So knowing one has to go to council, man. You understand? Prevent all of that from happening, man. You understand? Be a preventer, man, from all bad things, man. That is, lingering around or may come up, man. Whatever the case may be, man. Do that, man. You understand? Read the scripture again, man. It's so then faith coming by hearing and hearing by the word of God, man. You understand? Good night, man. Listen, man. I truly, you know what I'm saying, commend the men that are above me, man. You know what I'm saying? Commend Jenny Hanna on down, man. You know what I'm saying? Why, man? Because commend Jenny Hanna, he doesn't have us wearing cry dresses, man. You know what I'm saying? Commend Jenny Hanna, he doesn't have us wearing long, those long church robes. You understand? Commander Jenny Hanna has us wearing warlike apparel as they did within the scriptures, man. Commander Jenny Hanna has our sisters, man, dressing that modest apparel, man. You understand? All the way down to how we dress, man. It's spiritual, man. It's going to help you to become a leader, man. You know what I'm saying? Because when you see brothers and sisters, you know what I'm saying, and they see you dress, just a little bit different, they can be like, oh, man, why this brother dressed like that? Let me go see what he's about, man. And who are you going to give reverence to, man? Who are you going to give that honor to, like the scripture says, man? To the man above you, man. That's what you should be doing, man. You understand? And we hate what the Most High hates, man. You understand? The Most High is not okay with the Christian church, man. So are we supposed to be okay with the Christian church? Man. We hate what the Most High hates, man. We're racist because the Most High is racist, man. You know what I'm saying? We love a certain people. Why? Because the Most High loves a certain people, man. That's why, man. Meanwhile, the Christian church is saying, it's okay to love all these nations. It's okay to bring them in. It's okay that everybody can be a Christian. You know what I'm saying? With these fake Israelite groups, anybody can be a spiritual Israelite, man. Not according to these scriptures, man. Not according to these scriptures, man. Let's go to, this is going to be the last one. One moment here. It's going to be in the book of Galatians for sure. Alright, let's see here. So, I say the book of Galatians. Come on. Chapter 6. Oh, here we go. All right, it's the book of Galatians. Where we gonna go? The book of Galatians, chapter 6 and verse 9. And it says, and let us not be weary in well doing. You understand? So once again, and let us not be weary in well doing, for in due season we shall reap if we not faint, man. You know what I'm saying? If we not faint, man. Meaning, man, don't worry about what you should get, man. You know what I'm saying? You may not have it all here within America, man. You know what I'm saying? You may not be working at that Fortune 500 company, or you may not be on the top of of the executive board list, or you may not be manager or supervisor at your job, whatever the case may be, or you may not be getting bonuses at your job, whatever the case may be. You may not be getting a company car, or have all these tax exempts, you know what I'm saying, with your food and your cars and your housing, whatever the case may be, man. Don't worry about that, man. Do not worry about that, man. Of course, man, you will get all of that by following these laws, statutes, and commandments. And of course, man, when Christ returns, man, when Christ returns with the 200 million angels, man, he's going to restore order in this place. You understand? He's going to restore that order for what? So why? So you can be on top, man. You understand? So your family can be on top. And more importantly, so the nation of Israel, you understand, blacks, men, and Native Indians can be on top, man, for the ones who do make it, man. Because everyone's not going to make it, man. But we are striving and pushing and praying that all of Israel, man, come to this knowledge, man. Come to this understanding, man. And stop eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. And stop doing all these abominable things, man. That's what we're pushing for, man. That's what we're praying for. That's why we're out on those corners, man. That's why we're being those true leaders, man, and showing that toxic masculinity, man, that righteous masculinity, man, to our brothers and sisters, man. That's why we're not holding our tongue on what we have to say to what? To wake up our people, man. Like the scriptures was saying, man, it's time to arise, man, for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. That time is now, man. Why? Because this pace, America the Great is falling, man. American is falling right before your eyes, and you're not even knowing it, man. Why? Because you're so puffed up in America, man. You understand? Once you realize and once you uncover your eyes of America, then you'll be able to see that America is falling, man. Then you will be able to see that it's time for you to come back to your true nationality, man. Well, already was within your DNA, man. Then you will be able to realize that, hey, this time is now, man. It's time for blacks, men, and Native Indians to come together, man. So don't worry about what's going on here within America, man. America is going to burn, man, due to nuclear warfare, man. You understand? And the elect, man, you understand, the ones that, that are strived and the ones that, pushed and, cried and follow these laws, statutes, and commandments, man. We're going to be beamed up in those chariots, man, while this place burns, man. You understand? So don't worry about what's going on right now, man. Don't worry about your status here in America, man. Worry about following these laws, statutes, and commandments, man. Worry about being a good brother to your brother and your sister to a sister, man, and vice versa. Sister to your brother and a sister, a brother to your sister and a sister to your brother, man. That's what we need to worry about, man. We need to worry about ourselves. You understand? We got us, man. You understand? Because America, they got them. America is doing everything that they want to do, man. When it comes to as far as living their best lives, man. Live your best life within these scriptures, man. When it comes to this truth, man. That's what you need to live by, man. That I'm in the class. Alright. ISUPK security announcements. We are the ISUPK, started at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother and sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can read about this in Numbers chapter 18, verses 21, and Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. Means tenth in the Hebrew, ma'ashra. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund. Free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocation, we have the Passover. The Passover is on the 14th day of the first month. This falls on Saturday, April 24th, 2021. And let me actually read, you understand, what's all going on for the Passover, you understand, because it's a wonderful lineup. So Thursday, April 22nd, is the annual lamb slaughter. That's at Hosmer Farm, 9022 Parrington Way in Rocheron, Texas, from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. After the lamb slaughter, it's a double Dutch contest cash prize. Friday, April 23rd, let's see, it's going to be ISUPK Houston pre-Passover mansion party. And that's going to be at 18001. I'm not familiar how to pronounce that street name. Massachusetts Road in Cypress, Texas. Saturday, April 24th, is the ISUPK 52nd Passover. It's going to be on 14149 Player Street in Houston, Texas. And then April 25th is the Feast of Unleavened Bread. It's going to be at 14149 Player Street in Houston, Texas as well. You understand? Remind Occupant Aqua to check the bulletin board in the hallway if anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, starting wearing all black boots, shirts, pants, headband, and scarf. With that, shalom.